What's up guys, Sal here. So we've talked about the Exynos 990 processor that is going to power the Galaxy S11 devices in markets like Europe, Asia and more. It does bring some significant improvements such as support for 120Hz display, LPDDR5 RAM, 108MP camera and more. Samsung again is going to use two chipsets for the Galaxy S11. Another one is from Qualcomm, the Snapdragon 865 chipset. So people are interested to see what new improvements the successor to the Snapdragon 855 Plus would bring to the table. By the way, Qualcomm will officially announce its next flagship processor, the Snapdragon 865, on December 3, but we already got the information about the chipset and its full specifications. First up, the chipset is being manufactured on a 7nm process, the same as the Snapdragon 855, and it's made by Samsung. But the difference is the 865 is made using Samsung's EUV process, which is a superior technology compared to TSMC's manufacturing that was used to make the 855. So even though both 855 and 865 are 7nm chipsets, the latter should see some performance gains. By the way, the Exynos 990 is also made using the EUV process. Second, here is the chip configuration. Qualcomm is using 8 cores. There are one high-performance Cortex A77 clocked at 2.84 GHz, along with 3 Cortex A77 cores clocked at 2.42 GHz and 4 Cortex A55 cores clocked at 1.8 GHz. As you can see, this is a total different configuration compared to the Exynos 990. Exynos is still using Cortex A77 performance cores, which is a year-old technology compared to A77 on the 865, which means the Exynos variant of the Galaxy S11 might still fall behind the Snapdragon variant, which by the way is happening for a few years now. Exynos M5 cores are really powerful compared to Snapdragons, but Samsung is using A76, which obviously is gonna fall behind just because it's a year-old tech. I don't know why Samsung does it. If I were to guess, maybe the custom M5 cores are really big to accommodate the A77. That's just a guess, but thankfully Samsung is saying goodbye to the custom cores. Galaxy S11 is gonna be the last Samsung flagship with custom Exynos cores. Going forward, they'll use ARM's architecture for their Exynos chipset. Moving on, the Snapdragon 865 will have Adreno 650 GPU clocked at 587 MHz. There's a dedicated NPU chip, support for LPDDR5 RAM, which is faster and more efficient than LPDDR4, which you can find on every other flagship phone out there, including the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. The chipset also supports 8K HDR video encoding. This doesn't mean that the Galaxy S11 can do it too. I'm sure Samsung will not enable it because there's no need for 8K content right now. All in all, there should be a 20% increase in performance compared to the Snapdragon 855 and a 17 to 20% increase in GPU speed, which is going to be good. The gameplay is going to get better. Qualcomm will officially announce this chipset on December 3. That's when we'll know the full details of what this chip is capable of. With the information we have, it's safe to say the Snapdragon variant of the Galaxy S11 is going to be better again. Samsung honestly needs to up their game, which thankfully is going to happen. The AMD collaboration for the GPU going all in with ARM would surely make a difference, but we'll have to wait another year to see that happen. Of course, that being said, consider subscribing for all the Galaxy S11 news, and as always, I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.